Jeffrey Epstein's 8,000-acre New Mexico ranch has hit the market for a price tag of $27.5 million. The land includes a 30,000-square-foot mansion, several other homes, and a private airstrip. This one, though, is just the latest of Epstein's many properties to hit the market after he definitely didn't take his own life. Alrighty now, if you could please do us a big favor and tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. A gigantic ranch in New Mexico that used to belong to disgraced financier and convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein has just hit the market for the low price of $27.5 million. The property is located about 35 minutes from Santa Fe, and the sale is apparently being handled by Sotheby's International Realty. According to the Wall Street Journal, which first reported on this listing, they said that Epstein first purchased the property in 1993. It's also home to an additional 4-home village called Ranch Central. It doesn't stop there either. There's also a firehouse, a log cabin, a greenhouse, tennis court, horse stables, and numerous storage buildings as well. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, there is also a private airstrip and hangar. And ever since Epstein was locked up in a Manhattan jail back in 2019 while awaiting his charges, 2 of his high-dollar properties have been sold off. His Palm Beach home was sold to a developer for $18.5 million who simply had plans to demolish the building and make a new home, which is definitely a good idea because Lord knows what that man did in there. Plus, in March, a former Goldman Sachs executive purchased Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan townhouse for $51 million, which is more of a statement about how expensive it is to live in New York City. I'm sorry, a townhouse for $51 million? That could buy you the state of Kentucky. Now, one has to wonder where in the world is all of this money going, because it's certainly not going to Ghislaine Maxwell, or at least I hope not. According to Sotheby's International Realty, proceeds from the sale of the ranch will be used as necessary to compensate claimants, tax authorities, and creditors. Because believe it or not, but Epstein's estate has established something called the Epstein Victims Compensation Program, which is meant to actually assist the many victims of his abhorrent behavior, to say the least. Hopefully the FBI did a thorough sweep, though, through this property, because maybe the new owner will find some creepy things that Epstein left behind, and then we can do another video on this, whatever it's called, Zorro Ranch, I think he called it. Either way, we want to hear what you guys think about this, so leave us a comment down below. And while you do that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video title. Sha'Carri Richardson banned from Tokyo Olympics. Zero Art says, the only performance boost I get from smoking weed is being able to power through an entire large pizza by myself. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Rising Vibe says, if every athlete of all sports that smokes weed or feels it should be okay decide to strike until the rules/laws on weed change, I wonder how long it would take for things to change. I think it's more so on the country. So because it's illegal in Japan, there's nothing they can really do. Even if the USADA is like, you cannot be smoking weed while you're participating in the Olympics, even if they said it was fine because it's, let's say, legal everywhere else, you're still gonna have odd countries where they're like, no, we don't want to encourage that here. Chris Copeland says, so appreciate you for saying weed doesn't make you lazy. I'm a daily user of PTSD and pain and run a business and teach online. I am far from lazy. Yeah, I just really like crushing that stereotype because, man, people love to say that people who smoke weed were certainly, I think what it does is it enhances the state that you're in. If you're naturally a lazy person who likes to just kind of, be on the couch all day, or you like snacking on Doritos, or whatever the case may be, binging Netflix, cannabis is just gonna make doing that but more fun. I don't know what I'm saying. Vita Vita says, cannabis may be legal somewhere, but it is illegal in Tokyo, so there we go. So there we go indeed. Like I was saying earlier, I think if it's illegal in that country, we should at least respect their laws and their customs. That's fair enough. Bob says, it isn't because of the weed, it's because it's against the rules. If she did it after the Olympics, it would be fine. That's all there is to it. Well, thanks, Bob. It was nice of you to sum it all up. Either way, guys, that has been today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.